Alrighty, so uh, welcome everyone that's watching this for the first time. This is basically one of the many trade recaps that I'm going to do right now, but basically we're going to be going over the third trade that I took on Monday. So Monday of this week, which was the 13th. So let's see. So here we have Monday pre-market, okay? So we're just looking back. First off, let's go into higher time frames. So for those that aren't familiar, essentially I just kind of read price action. So obviously on the daily we look bullish. Bullish meaning we're in an uptrend or making higher highs and higher lows. Let me delete these. Yeah. So we're making higher highs, higher lows, which is good. You can see it here. We're making higher highs, higher lows, right? So we're just climbing. So that's that. Clearly you can see here, okay. From this low, we made a high. What do? Well, price can't just keep going up forever. So we're going to come back into equilibrium, which is what happened here. You can see here we came to this 0.5, which is like the halfway. So from the bottom of the move to the top of the move, if you use the Fibonacci retracement tool, then you can tell where the halfway is, which is somewhere between here, right? This is the halfway, but these are like key levels, like the 0.382 and the 0.618. So you look at that, and then you can also see on like say the daily or the 4 hour time frames, you can see if we have a fair value gap that falls in line with those levels. So in this case, we have this one right here, and that's the daily. If we look at the 4 hour, we have this one right here. If I loads, we have this one right here. That one, and then we also have this one right here. So that's, you can see we have this 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour, and we have this daily right here. So we have those, and this is the halfway of the move, the equilibrium. And what happens after the move? Price comes back down, taps into one of these that are like closer to the halfway to the equilibrium. And what do? We just continue the trend, continue going higher. Okay, that's that. Then we can see again from this move all the way up here, we make a big move, right? And what happens? Price makes a move and we come back to equilibrium. And you can find another fair value gap here on the 4 hour or on the daily. And we respect it close. Look right here. We have this right here. Boom, boom. And what we respect it. So, the higher the time frame, the stronger the move. That's something you always want to remember. And um, just know that the higher the time frame, the stronger the move, but also the longer the trade will take to play out. Okay. So now that we know that, let's see what Monday had for us. So Monday, I I trade SPY basically, right? Because it's once you trade it for a certain amount of time, you get used to it, and you get to like understand what's going on with price, right? So here, let's see, what are we doing? We're basically at all-time highs, right? So price can either rip through or reject. So we'll just see what happens, right? But as of right now, we had this gap from overnight. Okay. That's 4 hour gap. So we basically gap down, right? So we'll see what happened. We have that gap. Let's see. Let me change this to um, LA time. So yeah, this is market opens. Boom, we pump. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking at this here, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. We're not really doing much. Um, the move was honestly right here, but I don't think I took that. Let's just see. Let's let it play out. Yeah, so on Monday, I think I missed out, right? I missed the move. Okay. So essentially, the move should have been here, should have just been this, but I think I missed it. For one, I think it was just no news. So I was like, you know what? No trade there. But let's skip forward, okay? So this was, yeah, this is Monday the 12th. No, I took a trade on the 13th, not the 12th. Yeah, we basically just kept climbing higher. I was like, okay, oh well, whatever. So let's see. So what do we do? We go back and we notice, okay, cool. We gap down on from Friday to Monday, but we ended up climbing higher on Monday and we made this 4 hour for value gap right here. So let me label this 4 hour for value gap, okay? Now let's see what price does. So we're about to get market open right now on this. See what it does. So here, the way I would see it is okay, these are new highs, right? So in this case, here we could either pump up or reject. We have this previous day high. So I'm gonna mark it previous day high. And what happens? We pump, but we reject. So if we were to fall below this, we could clearly see puts would be the move, right? And we do. We fall below it. So puts would be the move there. But for me, I just didn't see anything really clear. Look at this. There's no fair value gaps, meaning there's no real trade here for me. But we did fall into this 4 hour fair value gap to the upside. So what am I doing? I'm just waiting to see if we bounce off of it, if we reject, um, if we get a nice respect, like a respecting move, right? And kind of be more comfortable. What do? Pull out the fib and determine my levels. In this case, I have levels here. I have levels at the 0.5, the 0.618, 0.382. These are all levels that price could bounce at. We didn't bounce here. We did not bounce here. Let's see if we bounce here on the 0.618. Okay, seems like we're bouncing, right? Okay, cool. Now we're bouncing. What does that mean? Okay, price came down. After a move, price came down, filled the orders, you know, basically just filled orders, got liquidity, all that, and is ready to push up to the upside, right? So what do we do now? We just wait for a reversal to, for price to continue to go where it wants to go, which is higher. So what are we doing here? We're just waiting. I think it was on the 5 minute that I took it. What was it? Or on the 2 minute. Yeah, it was on the 3 minute, just to double check. So here, okay, we still are kind of in a downtrend, right? We have not broken past this high or these highs, but if we were to break past this high, that's a clear indication that we want to go higher. So what am I doing? Waiting. Oh, boom. Okay. We broke this. We got above the EMAs, meaning we just want higher now, right? Price is kind of flipping and reversing. So now what do we want to target? Target basically the equilibrium of that move to the downside. In this case, I was targeting something up here. Basically, something like right here. Right there. And let's see. Probably something like that, right? That's close to this 0.5, which is like the equilibrium. Basically, after the move down, price would kind of ideally come up to the 0.5 and then either continue going lower or like finally flip up to the upside. So alerted it here and basically set your risk reward there and like somewhere here, like a close stop. Because for one, if price fails to hold these EMAs as it's flipping, then it's going to continue going lower. Let's see. Okay, price is holding. Boom, we get that. That's take profit already, okay? Because it's just these highs. you're not looking for a big move. So here we were at like 12 or 15%, depending on what contracts you took. I think I took 1 day out, so I ended up not making much. But yeah, we ended up pushing, taking profits. Uh, Full disclosure, I trimmed some, but then I took a loss here, so I ended up break even on the trade. But yeah, that was the trade recap, and then you know you always want to find your levels and just respect them. Like yeah, took that trade here, I would have gotten stopped out, which I did, right? But what happened? Price just came back down, and look, we swept this liquidity. Sorry, we swept this liquidity here, and we just continued higher. That was like legit market manipulation, if you would call it. And we just continue a bit higher. But you just need a quick little 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward, and that's it. Yeah, that was the trade recap for that. I'm gonna do the next one right now, or the next couple of trading days that I did. But yeah, this was for Tuesday, January 13th.